So we're basically having the same sort of dinner as we had, what was it, yesterday? Oh boy. And keep me warm if nothing else. Now, I'm wearing my Mrs. Claus outfit, so you know I'm going to be talking about Wicca again, because that's my latest thing to go along with the Mrs. Claus outfit. And this one is The Beginner's Guide to Wicca by Kirsten Riddle. And it's mostly, it's like, I can't remember if this woman had written for magazines or something. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. But she really, or her publishers, I don't know who decides on the layout, but there's a lot of drawn pictures, a lot of white space, and it's set up like a magazine. So this is, you know, when I first got this out, I was like, oh, this is like the beginner's guide. So I don't know, I wasn't expecting much from it, but I learned a few things. There were some interesting things in here. So anyway, I will set this here while I read to you from pages 10 and 11. So get your pencils and paper ready, and you're going to find out what kind of witch you are. So, number 1, you often make wishes A, at night under a full moon, B, when you're cooking up a storm in the kitchen, C, by lighting a candle, D, when you're out in the garden. 2, which 3 words best describes your personality? A, sensitive, creative, and intuitive, B, warm, generous, and caring, C, spontaneous, passionate, and enthusiastic, D, practical, mystical, and earthy. 3, to distress you, A, take a stroll by the sea with the one you love, B, get together with friends and family for a feast, C, don your party dress and tear up the dance floor, D, go for a picnic in the woods. 4, which of these workshops would you be drawn to? A, astrology, B, everyday spellcraft, C, firewalking, D, holistic remedies. 5, to give yourself a confidence boost before a big event, you A, focus on your breathing, B, remind yourself how amazing you are. Wouldn't that be nice to be that person? C, do some exercise, D, make a soothing herbal brew. 6, what's your favorite type of restaurant? A, a seafood restaurant, B, a traditional all-American diner, C, a tapas restaurant, D, a French bistro. 7, your favorite mythological creature is A, a werewolf, B, a griffin, C, a dragon, D, a unicorn. 8, which quality is most important to you in a relationship? A, romance, B, honesty, C, passion, D, friendship. 9, you're at your happiest when you are A, sitting out under the stars at night, B, decorating your boudoir, C, gazing into an open fire, D, learning something new. So tally up how many of each of the letters you got. Mostly A's. Moon witch. Sensitive soul who finds it easy to empathize with others. You're a moon witch at heart. Most at home under the stars, you have a vivid imagination. You're drawn to rituals that involve the faces of the moon and the planets. And you have a natural aptitude for probably astrology. I didn't do a good job copying this. Bodies of water also fascinate you. And you find it easy, maybe, to relax by the sea. I could look in the book to see the original. You're at your most powerful during the moon's waxing phase, when it's bigger. So use this time to manifest the things you want and to inspire others. So I guess that's now, waxing phase. We're getting towards being full. It'll be full on December the 22nd, I think. And that's, James and I have always considered the full moon our anniversary. We first started going and looking at the moon together, and it was November. I don't know what year. I'm not good with numbers. They mean nothing to me. James knows these things. Anyway, mostly B's, kitchen witch. Warm and kind-hearted. You love to put a smile on people's faces. Most at home when you're rustling up a scrumptious, probably scrumptious, it says sumptuous meal. You're a true kitchen witch. You know the power that you have at your fingertips and how to use everyday items and ingredients to achieve your magical aims. Wise and knowledgeable, you easily draw people to you, which means you're constantly on call for advice. You have a natural flair for flavors and putting things together to create a masterpiece. Because of this, you'll be an adept spell creator and caster. Mostly C's, elemental witch. Fiery and passionate, your changeable soul ruled by your emotions, so you'll make an excellent elemental witch. You embrace new things and have an adventurous streak. You'll probably find that the weather affects your moods. You're vibrant, confident, and in tune with your body, and have an immense amount of energy, which you put to good use. Fast action suits you, so you'll naturally be drawn to fire and candle magic. You're at your most powerful when you're taking the lead, and like the flames of a fire, you easily light up a room. Mostly D's, hedge witch. Sit down, enjoy. A true earth mother. You feel a deep connection to nature, which makes you the perfect hedge witch. With a broad knowledge of plants and herbs, you'll love getting your hands dirty. An excellent communicator with strong creative skills. You have a natural way with words. You're adept at most types of healing. Spells, charms, brews, potions fascinate you. And you're constantly gathering information. A keen interest in folklore means that you enjoy mixing old traditions with new ideas. You feel most at home outdoors and at your most powerful when surrounded by wildlife and cocooned by trees. They're scratching at the door.
Okay, so
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Eat your food. Okay, so we're eating Greek salad today because somebody gave us store-bought Greek salad. I made the dressing for it. It's very easy to make your own Greek dressing and healthier. Don't ever buy it. Never buy it. It's just, you juice a lemon and you put some oregano and garlic and extra virgin olive oil in it. That's it. That's all you do. So these things are healthy, made fresh, and if you're buying it, they're not using fresh lemons. They're using concentrated lemon juice, and they're using cheap oils, not the good quality cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. So you have to make it yourself. It does not take long. It only takes a few minutes, like maybe 2, and then you have a good quality Greek salad dressing. But I will say another thing here. The store-bought Greek salads aren't healthy anyway. They're not even really Greek salads for the most part, because you end up with stuff like this. Like this was, it was given to us, we didn't buy it. But, and I'm very grateful. But half of the container at least was lettuce. And this is just iceberg lettuce. It's not even romaine. And
it's not the nicest looking one. It looks as though it was pulled out of a Safeway dumpster.
yeah, whatever. But anyway, and it has black olives on there. But I mean, if I'm gonna make a Greek salad, it's Kalamata all the way. So this is not as high quality olives as I would use. And I'm sure that's not goat feta, which is, I'm very thankful, and I haven't indulged in dairy very often, so I will, because it was given to us, and I do want to eat it. But honestly, do better just making your own Greek salad. Don't pay $15 and think, oh well, it's going to cost me that much for ingredients anyway. No, it's going to cost you that much for high quality ingredients, which you actually want to eat. This is high quality ingredients.
I wonder if a rabbit would eat.
Anyway, I also wanted to talk about sauerkraut. If you're buying sauerkraut in a can like this from a supermarket aisle and it has best before date of who cares when, that has 0 probiotic bacteria in it. None. In order to keep it in a can on a shelf, they had to kill the bacteria in it. That's part of the canning process. They heat it. So that, I mean, it's not a bad product. It's good to eat cabbage, but you're
Plus,
not getting.
it's a German make. The make is Horse's Mountain, I think is what it means.
Well, it says it's #1 German brand or something like that. Or sauerkraut.
Well,
so
there you go.
know it's got
Everything you see in a can has
and
got
that
to be
was
true.
given to us, and I'm very grateful. But James is eating homemade sauerkraut, which I made myself, and it's full of probiotic bacteria. So I'm happier with him eating that. But we'll eat that too. We're thankful for it, but it's not going to have probiotic bacteria. Now I should probably mention about, I had talked about a book by Raymond Buckland recently, and I said it's too Catholic for me, and that probably nobody knew what I meant by that. It's the kind of way that I talk. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with being Catholic, and but what I meant with that was I don't like all the ceremonial stuff. It just seems too.
Ceremonial?
Yeah. I guess no, I don't. So his stuff is really, there's a lot of, the incense and the salt water and that's common for all of them. But anyway, it just seemed to, for me. I understand a lot of people really like that stuff. And I have to admit, like, I was raised Protestant, as was James. My mom's side of the family, though, they were French. And so on the big days, like, for the big masses, like Christmas, I guess, and Easter or whatever, we'd show up, we'd go over and hang out with my grandma. And my dad, he upset my grandma on that side once because he went up and he took sacrament and he was not Catholic. So anyway, but the point I'm making is when I'd go to church with grandma and the priest, he's swinging the incense thing up the aisle. He swings it around up on the stage. I don't know. It just seemed like a great big show to me. Whereas, like with the Protestant stuff, it was not a big show. It was very bare bones, and yeah. Anyway, it's just a very different kind of feel. So, but when I was little, I thought that was terrific, and a lot of people are into that, and that's fine.
Well, yeah, it's a little less boring.
Mm-hmm.
Still is boring.
And I mean, you have to love it when there's
I know.
some guy up there speaking Latin, and you're like, what in the world is that? That's fun, right? When you're a little kid, you're like, wow, this is all so exciting. So he can be more
Yep.
You can stick it in your coat. As it is breezy.
Yeah, it's
And
a main
that breeze is
problem because
cool.
it's warm, but
It was even sunny when I was setting this up.
of course it's always that way.
Oh, well.
It was still this morning, but by 11:30 around here, usually the wind's up if it's a chinook. Yeah, if the sun were out, it'd feel a little bit better.
But yeah, I remember so many things from when I was little. Like asking about, I had no idea where Santa Claus came from because I didn't run across him in the Bible at all. You know, in any of the storytelling I was being told about the Bible, no Santa Claus. So what did this have to do with Christmas? I didn't know anything about it. And then somebody said, well, maybe, you know, St. Nicholas. And then you ask more questions. You're a little kid and you ask a lot of questions of people. And it didn't seem that St. Nicholas was Santa Claus at all. It's, to me, he didn't fit the criteria, right? So, and I don't believe he's Santa Claus. I believe there was a Santa Claus, and then they were like, well, what do we make of this? So, then there became a St. Nicholas that just got the rumor of, yeah, we'll peg that on him. You think about it, Santa Claus, he's surrounded by a bunch of elves. Anyway. And his wife, she's got to be a kitchen witch. Magic cookies.
Yeah, the elves are kitchen. That seems pagan.
It seems obviously pagan.
But a lot of that stuff is pagan anyway. Like the Christmas tree. There's just no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And the lights on the tree. Stars. Trees' roots. Underworld. Mistletoe. What brings on Ragnarok.
Yeah, I've been learning so many interesting things. I'm really glad that I've been reading about this stuff because it's I mean, some of it seems, oh wow, but you know, there was I was telling James about, he brought up mistletoe. There was one thing that I was reading about mistletoe. If you're on a hike and you come across a bear or a cougar, just throw some mistletoe berries at it or whatever, I think it was, and that'll scare it off because they're magic.
Wow.
So remember to stick those in your pocket when you're going for a hike.
Stick a couple.
You don't have any room for an
couple of
extra
big-
water bottle?
Big stakes.
As long as you
Chuck 'em
have
away.
room for those
Chuck them a
mistletoe berries.
long ways away from you. Tell them, chow down, buddies.
I'm just having fun. I'm not meaning to offend anyone. Please don't be offended if you actually believe mistletoe berries will protect you from a cougar.
Yeah, just don't go out hiking anytime soon.
What do I know? Maybe it will.
Yeah, I don't really take my chances in that. I'd rather take evasive action.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's that much mistletoe around here anyway. Maybe there is. Gotta be somewhere.
I think you'd have to import that stuff.
Well, maybe. I mean, obviously it's in Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
I know it was in Africa. I saw it. Mulberry trees, maybe another trees too. just blew in, right?
Yeah.
It should have just
No.
blew in.
Which was given to us, and I'm
Yeah.
really thankful for that, because now I know that if you buy the Our Compliments brand of tarragon in the package, those little packages, they really stuff the tarragon in there. I opened the thing up and it was like a clown car. I didn't know how they put all that in there.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
How often do you see that anymore?
I know. Like the sage package, there wasn't that much sage in there.
Oh yeah, not enough to make you sneeze, right?
I wouldn't buy that one. But the tarragon, I mean, oftentimes it's hard to find tarragon, and so you end up buying like a little one of those glass jars of tarragon. It's $10, and I'm never going to buy one of those again. It's so expensive. You can go to Bulk Barn, and sometimes some bulk barns have it in bulk, and then it's cheap. And that's the way I would prefer to get it. But in a pinch, rather than getting that jar of tarragon for $10, consider the Our Compliments brand of tarragon fresh in the package, because you're probably going to pay about the same price, but you're getting fresh tarragon, and what a treat that is. So anyway, and I don't get any money for endorsing products, just so you know. I'm very appreciative of being fed, and I try to give an honest, like I told you, I wouldn't buy the sage, not enough in there. And I don't know if there's any of those packages like the chives and stuff. Who buys that? It is so easy to grow your own chives, so easy.
Like weeds?
Yeah. So in fact, that's one of the first things you should start in your garden. Chives and mint. Don't put them right beside each other. They'll both like a lot of sun, but they spread. So you have lots of chives and lots of mint, just in a few years. Anyway, we're going to go in now because it's cold.
Oh, thanks for that hot water, bro.
No problem.